Sorry, it got I got cut off. But at this point, I don't even care. I don't even want to live no more because I just want to go to sleep for real. I'm tired. You know what I mean? He's like, what? Like he's like, so what? What you say? He's like, what you know? What you know? I was like, what the heck are you talking about? He's like, what you know? What you know? I was like, what do you mean? What I know about you and Nene? Like, he clicked the gun back. He clicked the shit back, and he was like, yeah, what you know? What you know? I was like, bro, everybody know. Like, it's not a secret. J Rock said that he actually pulled the John, but it locked up on him too. You feel me? So he ended up leaving. At that point, he ended up leaving. They all ended up leaving, and by the next morning, Cole came in my room and she was like, "Oh, Kaz and Hambone wanted you to see if you could come downstairs if you felt like coming downstairs because they wanted to talk to you or whatever." So I went downstairs and I sat down with them. They was like, "Dang, yo, that's crazy. Like we was so messed up last night. Like, dang, like, but my face, like my eyes was like black and they was swollen. I had like two black eyes. It was so messed up. You feel me? And like my knuckles was swollen. You feel me? Like it was bad. But they was like, dang, we just wanted to come and apologize. Like, ain't none of that have to happen last night. You feel me? Like, we just wanted to see if we could pay you some money to not say nothing. You feel me? Like not say nothing. I was like, bruh, you ain't got you don't have to pay me not to say nothing. I'm not trying to say nothing. You feel me? Like I got warrants myself. I that on sure ain't trying to say nothing. You feel me? So like we just discussed everything and just talked things out or whatever. You feel me? But all that whole situation was just like it was something else for real. The sun that went down. Anyway, the whole situation was something else. Anyway, fast forward. Fast forward. Um, um, Later on, um, the dude quote I was messing with, his uh, the dude quote I was messing with, his girlfriend, his his girlfriend ended up texting me one night, and she was acting like him. Like she was texting me through his number. I guess I'm so I guess I'm so slow. I didn't know it was her. I thought it was him. But I should have known something because he was like asking me where we messing around and where were all the places that we what the heck um where was all the places that we messed around at, and did we ever mess around in their crib? At some point I was just like, um are you sure this is Quell? And ended up got the person ended up calling me. I was like, that's not him. That's not him. So oh my god. Oh my gosh. I was like, that ain't him. He ain't about to call me this late. And he was super drunk too. Oh yeah, no. That ain't him. But um so I answered it though. I answered the call and I didn't say nothing though. I just wanted to hear and see, you know. And when her voice popped on there, I was like, "Dang, they done got me. They done got me. Oh shoot." Anyway, so she was like, "If this is Tasia, I'm gonna beat your way. I'm gonna beat your way." I was like, so hung up immediately. Went upstairs. Was like, Cole, J Rock, bro, they done got me. She done called us. It's over. They popped up like, who? What happened? I was like, I thought it was Jazz. Jazz texted me, and I thought it was Jazz texting me. I mean, I thought it was Quill texting me. It was actually Jazz. Like that's his girlfriend. And bruh, they was like, oh my god, this is not what you not telling us what we think you telling us. I was like, yeah, yeah, it's over, it's over. So the next day, she ended up coming to the house like super early, trying to get in the house to fight me. You feel me? And Cole was like, no. Cole and J was like, no, you can't go out there. Leave her alone. I was like, no, let her do whatever she gonna do because I've been messing with her man. Like I can understand. You feel me? So they was like, no, no, nah, nah. So they wouldn't let me go out and they wouldn't let her come in. So she ended up leaving. Later on that day, Quill came back and he was like, why? Like, what would make you think that that was me? Like, I would never, like, text you in the middle of the night like that. And you know how drunk I'd be. I was drunk too. Like, I didn't know. Like, I didn't know. You feel me? Like, y'all just, I guess y'all been together so long. You feel me? I just I couldn't tell the difference. You feel me? He was like, oh my gosh. He was like, it's whatever though. I don't really want to mess with her no more anyway. I was like, okay, so I guess me and you was done too. He was like, what you mean? You ain't going nowhere? He's like, me and you was fine. She'll be fine. You feel me? So I'm like, okay, whatever. So we're all sitting outside and we chilling, we talking and stuff. And like while we out there, her car comes screeching up. Everybody was like, oh shoot. You feel me? And she comes running up the stairs trying to get to me, but all the guys is trying to hold her back. And I'm just sitting there on the little table, just swinging my little legs, just fuck it, freak it, just come on, do what you gotta do. So they trying to hold her back, and they can't. You feel me? Like I guess she's just bum rushing past these dudes, whatever. So she comes up and I don't know what it is with everybody chin checking me nowadays, but whatever. Um, she came up and snuck me, and then I just let her do whatever. You feel me? I just let her fight me. You feel me? I didn't fight back. I didn't. I didn't make a sound. I didn't nothing because the things I did to her, to that girl, man, is not right. You feel me? And to be 100% honest, I'd probably she'd probably be dead if we was in opposite positions. You feel me? So I just let her do whatever. She's a woman. Let her do her thing. It was fine with me. Like after it was over, I sat back down and um I picked up my food because my food was sitting next to me. My breakfast was sitting next to me. Um, I started eating again, and once she left, they was like, I ain't never heard. It was like I ain't never heard nobody get they A whooped in silence. Bruh, my nerves is bad. But they was like, I ain't never heard nobody get their A whooped in silence. I hear. They was like, they was like, you ain't scream or nothing. Like, what the heck? So whatever. I was like, it's whatever. I was like, her hits didn't hurt at all anyway, so it's fine. Like, let her do whatever she had to do. You feel me? To get her anger out. You feel me? So later on, the rest of the crew came and was like, "Why would you not fight back?" I was like, I just didn't feel a need to. Like, I felt bad. Like, I didn't did some crazy stuff with this man. And I sat there and disrespected her by basically telling her everything that we done did. You feel me? I know what I would have been feeling. You feel me? If I was in her position. You feel me? So, I'm like, hey, whatever. So, all right. So later on, let me see. All right. So later on, I ended up moving into this like bando uh, with from some friends and everything, and like I'm basically alone, after like they all move out or whatever, after they all leave and go their separate ways, it's me by myself now. Cole and them, they ended up moving to PA, like everybody else done split ways and stuff, right? So, I'm there and it's just me by myself. And like all I can do now is just think. Um, like all I did was think about like my mom and Adriel, Adriel, my son, and like pretty much everything about me, my life, what I had going on, what I didn't have going on, with everything that had happened, and I just sat there and really reflected, like was trying to reflect, that whole time I was out there in Trenton. I was telling my family, my grandma, and everybody else that I was working, so I couldn't come and see my son and all this other stuff. But that actually was not the case. I wasn't working. I think I did work a few jobs at some point, but all that was, I didn't work as much, you know, but I would make excuses um, as to why I couldn't come out there to see my son and everything. And to be honest with them, you guys, myself, to God, I didn't feel the need to. I I know it sounds messed up and I know I sound wrong for it, but I didn't feel like it was my job, my obligation. I felt like she took my child from me, trying to make it seem like she had all these people that cared so much about her and that she had all these people on her side and that I was just this terrible mother that she would have to take my child from me, all this other stuff. I just felt like within me, I felt like, what does he need me for? What would he need me for? I didn't, as like, as time went on, and anytime that I did go there to see him, like whenever I did go to see him or whatever, I'd be there either if I stayed the night or was just there for the day or what have you. I always felt like, I always felt like, I don't know, like his maid, his sister or something like that. If that makes sense to you guys, okay? If that makes sense to you guys, like I don't even know how to explain it correctly, but I just didn't feel connected to him. Anytime I was there with them, I would clean up after them. I would do whatever I need to do. But if I didn't come fast enough or what have you, then I would get these snooty behind attitudes like, oh my gosh, you see what I mean? She's taking forever because she doesn't want to be here. She doesn't want to do it. She'll yell at me. If it's not her, then it's my aunt. Like, what are you taking so long for? Get in here and hurry up and clean up the stuff that your son messed up. And it's just like those types of situations made me so mad. Like, but I'm not one to try and sit there and talk back to my elders. So I'll just go in, clean up what I need to clean up. He'll be in there playing. So, you know, I just leave back out and find something else to clean or just go sit down for a few minutes or whatever. But I would hear them talking about me. I would hear them laughing. Those situations, I never liked being around them. Even when we was growing up at like around Christmas time and stuff. Around Christmas time and stuff, like even surrounded by all the family and stuff. I don't even know. I don't know how to explain. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. um. Anyway, as time went on, I just didn't feel like he was mine. Like he was my baby. And I know that sounds pretty bad to say or to even think, but it's the truth. I, I, I simply didn't feel that connection that I should have felt. Instead of this loving connection that I should have been able to feel with my son or towards my son, I felt like he was another one of them, another one of my family. You know, I never felt that love from them. I started to feel that towards him. You know, I know that's no excuse, but I just wasn't. I wasn't feeling it. You know, um, I prayed about it quite a bit, you know, and I don't know. I don't know how else to feel about it. Like, I don't know how else to try to explain it either. But excuse me. Anyway, as time went on, um, sitting in that bando, I was thinking quite a bit that like I don't know. I guess I started to really get in this depressed behind mindset. Like I really started to feel. I started to feel kind of rough. You know, um, I actually did try and um, commit suicide a couple times, and once I really came to the realization of what I was doing, um, I ended up checking myself into the hospital. So once I checked myself into the hospital, got myself right, I ended up moving to Burlington with um, my siblings. Um, I went back into the hospital because I had like a little mental relapse. And after I left out of the hospital that time, I ended up moving to from Burlington to um, where was that at? Glassboro near Camden. So I moved. I moved out there with my aunt, and not too long later, I ended up moving into this shelter in Glassboro. Um, Ended up moving from that shelter a few months later into a room in Camden. Um, from the room in Camden to Trenton, no, to Franklinville, from Franklinville to Trenton, um, from Trenton to um, um, I believe I moved from Trenton to um, Willenboro, back to Willenboro with my grandma, my son, and my grandpa. So, okay. So after I moved in with them, I was there for a little while. Um, but I don't know, it just seemed like I felt like I was gonna go crazy, but whatever. I was spending time with the baby as much as I could. I was trying to find a job too, try to get myself like back on track and everything. Um, I was trying to be more like his mother. I asked my grandma um, if I could try and get him, like if I'd be able to get him or whatever. And she said, I don't think that'd be a good idea. She's like, you wouldn't be able to have him anyway because you were in a mental hospital, so you wouldn't be able to um, you wouldn't be able to have him anyway. So I was like, is that true? Like, think to myself, is that true? Because I didn't know, honestly. So, I was like, excuse me. Oh, jeez. Um, I'm sorry. I got like crazy indigestion. But I don't know. It seemed a little bit. I don't know. In there, it was just a lot. I tried to be his mom in there. Like when I moved back in there, like trying to do what I was supposed to do. So I cleaned up that anything that I needed to do. Played with them if my grandparents wasn't playing with them. Um, you know, anything that I needed to do, whatever. So, um, anything that I tried to do, like, like tell him that he couldn't, like, once I told him that he couldn't have junk food early in the morning. And he started crying, and she came in there and asked me, what did I do to him? And I said, I wouldn't let him have this candy this early in the morning. And she told me, don't come in here trying to act like his mama now. Like he been doing it like, since you left. I was like, what do you mean? Like, even before when I first had him, I had been saying that I didn't want him having any sweets. I didn't want him having any sweets at all. You know, I told you, Pop Up, and everybody else that I didn't want him having any kind of sweets until he reached like 15, 16 years old. That way he'll know once he gets older what he's putting inside his body. Like, because I didn't want him to be like obese. Like, I'm pretty thick, you feel me? So I didn't want him to have to be thick or anything like that either, you feel me? And it's diabetes and stuff that run in the family, so I'm trying to escape that, and I didn't want that for him either, you feel me? So I was going to hold off on sweets until he reached a certain age where he would know, do I want to eat all these candies, all these cakes and snacks and stuff, or do I want to maintain like a healthier lifestyle? You know, so he didn't have to go down the same road that I'm going down. You feel me? Like, I'm doing my best to work out and do what I gotta do for my body. You feel me? But I didn't want my son to have to deal with that. Anyway, so when I first had him, I was letting this be known. I went upstairs and like at my when we were living in Beverly when I first had him, and I seen her giving him let him nibble on a cookie and saying, "Oh, you can't tell your mama," but I was like, "Grandma, I didn't want him having no sweets," but you feel me? She's a grandma, so hey, um, so as time went on, I would see her or my grandpa giving him little cups of coffee, thinking it's just the cutest thing in the world. I didn't want my kid having any of this. So fast forward till when I moved back in with them, and I'm telling her, I tried to get y'all not to give him sweets a long time ago, but you ignored me as if what I said didn't matter. You see what I'm saying? And anyway, so she said, "Oh, that doesn't matter now. It's been so long. You don't care about this baby. Stop coming in here trying to act like you his mama now." Da, da, da. I'm like, You know what, whatever. Give him whatever he wants. He can have whatever he wants. It's all right. You feel me? So I just gave him the candy. Like, apparently that's her kid. So I guess I'll just listen to everything she says. Um, Later on, my grandpa ends up getting COVID, and he ends up passing away, like maybe a couple months, 2, 3 months after I moved in. He ended up getting COVID. He ended up coming home, and he ended up passing away and everything. Um, um, it was actually like my first day of work. I was supposed to go to work, and my grandma told me to go outside and check on him. And when I went out there, he was he was laying. He was outside on the ground in the cold. And I don't know. For a second, I froze. For a second, I froze and just looked, and I shook him, and you know, so I ran inside the house, and I screamed for my cousin and my grandma to come downstairs now. So they came outside, and all hell basically broke loose. Like, I don't think I was as bad as when my mom ended up passing. When my mom passed in 2018, for me, it was so bad. They were my siblings, my family was not trying to tell me anything about like her or whatever, like what the doctor was saying and stuff. Cause like she ended up having an asthma attack, at home, and it was crazy because it seemed like none of the ambulance or fire trucks or nothing had anything that we needed to help her breathe in the asthma attack. I was there in the room with her, and me and my brother was trying to like help her out, like lift her up or whatever, but we couldn't move her and stuff. So we ended up just letting her lay flat or whatever. And cops, ambulance, everything came up, but nobody did nothing. It was like 3 ambulance outside. None of them with the oxygen or anything that we actually needed to help her. So at the hospital, um, eventually at the hospital, um, they ended up telling us that she was brain dead. Um, Once they said that, I I flipped out. Um, I started crying. I was trying to fight the doctors and the nurses. I punched the hospital window, and like it cracked, and I was trying to fight the security guards. My siblings was trying to calm me down. But then they just had it. I don't know where anybody else dispersed to, but my brother, he was probably the only one that was there. Um, he was trying to get me to calm down before the security guards before they ended up calling like the cops. So like he got me to sit down with him, and they ended up getting me inside of a wheelchair and took me downstairs and um, like going towards where the psych where they test you for like the mental health and stuff or whatever. So so they ended up taking me in a wheelchair downstairs, and I see my two other siblings, my sister and both my sisters. They were going through it. Um, they had to give me some medicine to calm me down because anytime somebody came near me, I started spazzing out. You know, so I wouldn't take the medicine that they were trying to give me. My sister, one of my sisters, she acted like she was taking it with me, but they gave her an empty cup and some water. And they gave me a cup with the medicine inside and some water too. And she took it, so I took it too, you know. And then like I was later on then able to calm down, but more family and stuff started coming in and stuff, and um they were trying to check on us and everything, but nobody could get close to me because the way I was reacting, you know, so everybody just kept their distance and stuff. But with my grandpa, when he ended up passing away that night, it was it was crazy because like when they came out, my grandma started screaming. We flipped them over, and it was it was a pretty rough scene. It was pretty rough. We ended up getting a neighbor, like which is somebody that we went to church with. Me and my cousin banged on their door, asked them to for help and stuff. They came, the cops and stuff was I guess was already on their way, and my grandma was still on the porch screaming, and my son's in the door, you know, and me and my cousin was just sitting around like, oh my God, this is crazy, you know. Next thing we know, ambulance pull up, the cops pull up, fire trucks is lined up all aside, like all along the side street. It was just, it was, it was all types of commotion out there that night. And like later on, like maybe a year or two ago, I was thinking about this and I was just like, this is so crazy because when um when I when my mom said that I needed to call the cops and take Adriel from them, I needed to call the cops and take Adriel from them. I turned her down and told her no because it would be embarrassing for them. I didn't want to do that to them. This situation happened, and it was even more of a scene. Like it was a bigger scene than what it would have been if I had just took him with me. So I felt like that was my fault within itself. You know, for this situation, I felt like it was my fault because I should have just went ahead and took him. I mean, I don't know if he would have still got COVID. I don't know about any of that. But at that time, I was feeling like I was feeling like this was my fault. It had to have been, you know. So um, he ended up passing away that night. Later on, after, like later on, as time went on, we ended up getting ready to pack and move to a different area because she couldn't stay there no more, which is understandable. Um, so as we were packing and getting stuff ready to move and everything, it seemed like she had got 100% more worse towards me, and I mean, I get it, like you're grieving and everything, but some of the things that she was saying and doing was just the absolute most. Like it was the absolute most, but that's my grandma, so I'm not trying to be disrespectful. So after a while, I just started saying stuff like, okay, yeah, right, stuff like that, just little stuff. So I didn't have to get into no yelling matches or arguments or nothing like that. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, that's my grandma. So, like I'm not trying to like really full heartedly disrespect her to her face like that or put my hands on nobody or nothing like that. You feel me? So I would just say stuff like that. I just sound like that bad times. Sorry. But I don't know. Like after that happened, it just seemed like everything just got so much worse. So much worse. Like she had told me that she hated me, that she wished that I was dead instead of my grandpa. She told me to my face that she never liked me. You feel me? I was like why? Like I don't understand. She paused for a second. She just said, I just never liked you. But when she said it, it was I don't think in my eyes, I don't think it was just out of hurt, you know. I feel like it might have been out of hurt, but it was something. I don't know how to explain it. It was so much deeper than that. Like I felt it when she said it. I felt it. She meant it, But it's fine. It's fine. It doesn't even matter. You my grandma. It's whatever. But she told me some really rough things that I know I can't say on here. Um, but I told her that I was leaving again. I can't do it. I told her I couldn't do it. She's like, you leave me with your baby again? Yes. This is your baby. You told me multiple times. Like she had told me that I was just a surrogate and all this other stuff. So okay, whatever you gotta say, but I'm not staying here no more and allowing you to talk to me like this in front of him, talk to me like this, period, because I don't deserve it, you know? Um, uh, so I ended up leaving again. I ended up moving to Trenton, back to Trenton with my friends, and I ended up meeting this um, this dude, Jamir. Uh, um, he anyway, ended up meeting him online, and I guess he was cool at first or whatever. you know. But after a while, the narcissist started really coming out in him. It was making me sick. I would try to take little breaks from him or whatever. That at work, I would go back and I would just know that he did some BS. You feel me? We went on a vacation at, or not a vacation. We went to go pick up his son um in what was that place called? Virginia. We went to go pick up his son, and I went through his phone when we was out there, and I see it's over 20 different females in this man's phone. So I'm going through them. I'm reading the text, and the more I read, the madder I get. The names on the phones is the real kicker for me. You feel me? I seen one that he called his wife, his future wife, um, big buns, and all this other crazy crap, and I'm just like, please, please, God, don't let me kill this man. Please, please, don't let me do it. You feel me? So I gathered my strength and said, cool. Put his phone down, fell asleep. Woke up a little while later, went to go get the kid, and um, I went to I was going to tell him, but I was like, no, no, because this loser will sit there and leave me out here in Virginia, and I'd be mad. Like, so I was like, nah, I don't want to say nothing. He looked at me, he was like, you clearly want to say something to me. What's wrong? I was like, I went through your phone. I was like, I went through your phone. He was like, why would you go through my phone? I was like, why are you talking to so many other females? He's like, well, it's your fault. You should have never been going through my phone. Da, da, da. Like, I'm like, okay. When we ended up leaving uh from Virginia back to Jersey, I feel like it only got worse from there. Like, it was this girl that was in his phone named Brittany, and I ended up finding her on Facebook, and I found out her whole family background. He got mad because I investigated the girl whole entire life. I just started pulling facts up. He was just like, he was sitting there with a dumb face, like, bruh, like, I don't know, but I don't know. He showed me he was like my first real narcissist, and it made me so sick. But I am grateful because without his narcissisticness, I wouldn't have came into like my spiritual journey. You know what I mean? Like, he's the reason why I came into my spiritual journey. Like, he's the reason why I understand like the way I felt my entire life. You know, um, after like I started like tapping into like the lessons, like why did I keep saying, like, I'm sorry, y'all. Um I would go on YouTube and watch tarot and everything. It was just like, bruh, it was telling me everything about this man. I started getting tarot readings and stuff, and they was just telling me like crazy stuff. I'm like, whoa, bruh, like that's quite literally my life, you know. After a while, fast forward, because we all go through those narcissistic people in our lives, you know. So fast forward, um, this man tells me that I've never done nothing for him, that I wasn't worth a penny. This child tell me that I'm not worth a penny when I done I spent mad bread on this man, you feel me? I spent mad bread on this man, you feel me? Not only that, he was walking around with holes in his clothes and his shirt and his boxers and socks, walking around with these dingy shoes. Like, he will always wear his dreads in this little dumb bun on top of his head. You feel me? I bought mad new clothes. He had these big chain jewelries. I got him for his birthday. I got bottles and everything. You feel me, for him and stuff. He was decked out. You feel me? It was mad stuff I done did for this man. But I'm not worth a penny. The most he got me was breakfast, lunch, and dinner whenever he ate, and we shared whatever it is. While I had a whole apartment. I had a whole apartment in Trenton. You feel me? I was staying with him in Hamilton. You feel me? Like, but he was afraid of, I suppose, my hood. He was afraid of being back there in the projects. You feel me? So I would have to go to where he was. You see what I'm saying? I laughed so hard when he said that, for real. But I also got him that what was that that stupid game thing, the basketball one, 2024, the 24, something like that, the basketball one. I got him that one, you know. And one of the book bags that you can carry around, the Xbox 365 or whatever it is, um and a few other things for his birthday and stuff. But I'm not worth a penny. Okay. Okay. Oh, got you. All right. So he tells me that. I was like, oh. The next day, I woke up just as calm. I grabbed everything of mine that I had there. I grabbed all the crap that I got him from there, all the clothes, sneakers that I got, the stuff that I had got his kid. I threw out the food that I had bought. Everything that he claimed that I didn't give him, or that when he said that I didn't do nothing for him and that I'm not worth a penny, I took all of my pennies with me. The pennies that I sold into him, I took with me. All he had left was those leftover dingy drawers, socks, and t-shirts that he had. I did his hair. You feel me? I did his hair, retwisted his dreads, but I had to add some of my crochet into the ones in the middle because he had this big bald spot right here in the middle of his head that he kept. That's the reason why he kept his little dreads up in a little bun. You feel me? I put my crochet dreads and twisted them into his head. You feel me? And made them Jones look fleek, like none of that was ever balding. You feel me? I was thinking I should take my little dreads back along with the rest of my stuff. You feel me? I'm petty, apparently, but I guess I'm not that petty because I left the little few dreads in there. But yeah, we're gonna leave it at that. I took all my stuff and I was out. I left because it was a couple fun times, I suppose, but it was always soured by how he would talk to me. You feel me? Like, um, we went to um, Buffalo Wild Wings. Was it Buffalo Wild? Yeah, we went to Buffalo Wild Wings for dinner for one of the games, and he gets mad at me because he's looking down at his phone the whole time. Um, like he told me when we was in the car on our way to Buffalo Wild Wings that it was like the girl Brittany. This is before I actually knew that they was talking or whatever. He said that I thought it was just the girl Brittany was supposed to be like the weed person. You feel me? Somebody in the middle for the weed or whatever. So I'm just thinking, okay, well, they're just talking about some weed or whatever. So I'm like, cool. And they were talking like the entire time that we're on our way there. So when we get there, he still talks to this girl. So I'm like, bruh, like your girl is right here in front of you. Like put that down and you could talk to me. Like he blows up on me in the middle of this restaurant while we sitting down eating. Like we just about done anyway, but you feel me? Like he blows up on me in the middle of the restaurant, yells at like full force, yells at me in the restaurant. He gets up, leaves me at the table, and storms out. And I'm just sitting there like, but it's not a shock to me because he did this before. We were in Atlantic City at the Tropicana, and he yells at me in the middle of all the casino area, and he walks off on me like in front of everybody, and I'm just standing there like, wow, what a freaking child, like, you know. So like it's mad instances with this, I can't even call him a man, with this boy that I've had. Is just I honestly had enough. I had enough of him. So I eventually ended up leaving him, you know, um, with all my stuff and his. Um, After that, I started watching more and more tarot and getting more and more into like my spiritual journey. You know, I eventually ended up like, I think maybe as I was like going through the process of completely getting rid of him, um, this girl, Yahira, I had cut her off because like she was acting real crazy in 2019. Like I feel like she was a part of that group that jumped me in 2019. But I don't know for sure. But what I was saying, I decided to like start talking to her again. Like she hit me up, so I was like, "Oh, hey," started chopping it back up, and me and her started talking more. The other friends that I had out there, Cole and all them, I still talk to all them. You know, the dude Hamo and Kyle's, they've been locked up for a minute now. So anybody ever haven't seen them lately or whatever at all, of course. But anyway, but Cole, J Rock, and all them, I've seen all of them, and I've been friends with them, since 2019, since the girl Yaya brought me into the circle. So she brought me into the circle, but everybody else cut her off. I cut her off. She comes back, and her and I get reacquainted, and we start talking, chilling more. One time with Yaya, we ended up going to this the studio. Um, we ended up going to the studio um, with her friend, like to meet her friend or whatever, because she wanted to work on her music or something like that or whatever, because she did a rap thing and stuff. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. I don't mind. So her and I are together, and we get there, excuse me, and we're chilling in the room with him. We're drinking, we're talking and stuff. And I don't know where sorry, this fine behind Puerto Rican comes out of nowhere, like, I swear it was twinkles in my eyes because he was so pretty. I thought he was just the prettiest little thing, you know. Um, I was like, oh my God, he's so cute. Look at him. You feel me? And from there, like, it was all downhill because I really liked him. And I don't know, like one time, like at one point, like me, and her actual boyfriend went to Atlantic City together for New Year's. And we all went to Atlantic City for New Year's. And this is before I met the dude, the Puerto Rican. We went to Atlantic City for New Year's and whatever. Keep in mind, never been with this man by myself at all. Even when she was in the shower, when we was in this hotel room, we were in the same hotel room. Even when she was in the shower, the sink and the mirror is right here. The bathroom is right here. The door was wide open and the shower curtain was wide open. So she was able to see me the whole time she was in the shower. Because I didn't want her thinking nothing crazy or nothing like that. You feel me? So I stood there the whole time she was in the shower. Never once have I been by myself with this man. Any other time during the day, even if they were in there asleep, I was out by myself, adventuring, doing my own thing. Came back to the room, laid down, chilled, eventually fall asleep. That's it. That's all. back to the studio dudes, right? um, I'm in the studio with the dude. We leave. Me and her leave, and we come back like the next day or whatever. Um, I'm sitting on the step by myself while they working on their music, and the dude, his name was Flock. He came and sat next to me, and we started talking or whatever. We started chopping it up. So I'm just like, so cute. Oh my god, And sorry, but I'm like, oh my god, she's so cute. Oh my god, oh my god, I got just losing my mind in my mind. But he's talking to me the whole time. So him and I, we really, kind of hit it off or whatever. So I'm thinking, oh, I think he likes me. So we get a lot closer as time goes on. And her and Yahira and the dude that she's supposed to be in a relationship with, this dude's clearly cheating on her. So they eventually break up, and out of nowhere, it's like she gets mad every time I bring up Flock, because him and I are, basically in like let's say a test relationship, you know, but we really hitting it off, and it's like it just seemed like her whole attitude changes, and fast forward to this one night when me, Yahira, and this dude that she brought over to my house was playing like a drinking game or whatever, and we was playing this drinking game or whatever, and I ended up the game ended up finishing, and I ended up taking a little nap, you know. Um, Before I took my nap, I showed her a picture of Flock that he sent me. We had been boo loving like the whole time. We were playing the game and stuff. So she was like, yeah, okay, all right. And all right, so when I fell asleep, I woke up, and you know how when somebody's like trying to sneak something out your pocket or whatever, I noticed that she was she was doing that with my phone. She was trying to sneak my phone. So I was like, "What you doing?" I took it and I put it on my other side. She was like, "Oh, it was about to fall." I was like, oh, "Okay." I took it and put it on my other side. So I ended up falling back to sleep, and I ended up falling back to sleep, and I woke up. She's gone. The dude's gone. The bottle, everything is gone. I get up. I'm searching for my phone. Bruh, my phone is gone. Hey yo, my phone's going. Now, keep in mind, I'm in my apartment, so I know my apartment. I know where everything is. And my phone shouldn't be anywhere other than where I put it at. I'm thinking, I'm trying to get this girl the benefit of the doubt. So I flipped the sofa. You feel me? Like I look underneath the grooves and everything. The heck? I completely check out this whole sofa, cracks and everything. Nowhere to be seen. Nowhere to be seen. You feel me? So I call her. I'm like, bro, you see my phone? She's like, no, I ain't see your phone. Where'd you last have it at? I was like, you see me with it. You see me put it on my side. She's like, oh, well, maybe it fell in the side of the chair. I was like, I looked in the side of the chair. It's not there. She's like, well, I don't know. I don't know where it's at. I had to go and this man off or whatever. I'm like, try not to get mad. I'm still trying to get a child the benefit of the doubt. Okay? So I said, all right, I'm gonna call the cops and see if they can put a tracker on it. She was like, oh, well, I gotta get off the phone. I can't be talking on the phone while I'm driving or some crap like that or whatever. So I'm like, all right, you feel me? So I'm thinking about calling the cops, but I can't do that because I got warrants, So um, I say, forget it. I was like, maybe I just look all over the house just in case. Just in case. I'm looking everywhere. There's nowhere to be seen. I text her because I'm at this point I'm boiling. You feel me? I'm a pot getting ready to boil off the stove. You feel me? Like all rationality is about to be gone. You feel me? I'm trying to, talk to her like a friend. She blows up like she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't take your phone. I was like, I'm not saying that you took my phone. I'm just saying like you was awake. You and that boy was up. Did he take it? I'm still trying to give this girl the benefit of the doubt, but she's digging this hole deeper and deeper for herself. Out of nowhere, she tells me or she says, "Oh, I know you're pregnant by my best friend." Her best friend is the dude quote that I was messing with in 2019. I have not messed with this man. I did do it once with him, like months earlier. Months earlier. One time. You feel me? Not pregnant at all. You feel me? Was not pregnant at all. She said that I know that you're pregnant by my best friend and you can, and then out of nowhere, she sat there and was like, I know you, what you did, you can have my man and all this other stuff. I'm like, she just starts talking crazy, like talking gibberish. I'm like, bruh, what are you talking about? Anybody want your man? Like, what man? Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm confused. Like, my brain done left my body and it's on the floor, like right next to me, because I have no idea what's coming out her mouth. You feel me? And I'm like, well, I don't, you know what? I don't even care no more. I was like, I'm gonna go to my man either tonight or bright and early tomorrow, and I'm going to tell him that somebody took my phone or that my phone disappeared. She's like, don't tell him that I took your phone because I didn't. I was like, I didn't say that. I didn't say that you took my phone. All this time, I've been trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, but you making it extremely difficult. You feel me? And so I hung up, done. You feel me? The next morning, I get to this man to their studio, to the to their studio. I call him outside. I was like, you need to come outside and talk to me now. So he came outside and he's like, yeah, well, you got something to tell me? I was like, no, I ain't got nothing to tell you. What do you mean? Do I have something to tell you? He's like, well, she said that you pregnant by another man. He just started saying all this crazy stuff. He's like, I'm not one to judge, but um, she was saying that you did something with her boyfriend in Atlantic City or something like that. I'm like, what? I'm like, yo, like for a second, all I could do was laugh because I don't know, I was so flabbergasted. Like it kind of threw me off a little bit. You know what I mean? I was like, you cannot tell me that you don't believe. You can't tell me that you believe what this girl is saying. He's like, I mean, y'all been friends for years. Like, I don't think she would like be lying to me. I was like, you the one that told me not to trust her, but yet you about to do all this over some stuff, over the same person that you told me not to trust, you know, and he ended up breaking up with me. So I was like, okay, no problem. Dipped. Ain't talked to him, but I admit, like, and I completely cut her off. I cut her off. That shit was done. You feel me? I think I ended up going back to him. Maybe I think I ended up going back to him like maybe a few weeks later. And when he see me, he just had this little crooked smile. You feel me? Like I see how excited he was all in his face, but and we were going to try and get back together again or whatever, but he ended up telling me, "Oh well, I'm dealing with somebody right now that I was dealing with in the past, so it was whatever, it was cool." So we ended up stop talking again. Um, Later on, I ended up meeting um, um, this dude, Andre Heard, and like I don't know, like me learning more about my spirituality, I it's something I just felt like I could not trust this man in the slightest. But he's so that's one pretty behind man. You feel me? It's just looks ain't all that matters. You feel me? Like I couldn't care less about how a man looks. You feel me? To me, it's all about how you treat me. If you respect me, I'm learning to love myself. I want my partner to love me as much as I love myself, as much as I love God, and as much as God loves me. You see what I'm saying? He's Muslim, so I told him, like, bruh, I know that you're lying about something. I may not know exactly what it is, but I know you're lying. And like you really foolhardily disrespected me by continually lying. You feel me? Like he had some excuses that I was okay with, but after a while, them excuses is going out the window. You see what I mean? Anyway, I didn't trust it. So after the fifth or sixth time, I cut it off. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, so after a while, I just kind of wanted to stay more to myself. I started to pray more. Um, I started to like try and connect with like myself, my spiritual side. Try to go within and look at me from a different perspective. And as I did, I was shown just how much God loved me. You know, from all the times that He saved my life to the gifts I've had as a child. Like, I remember one time when I don't even know, I was pretty young. My brother's fish, one of the little Chinese fighting fish, my brother took it out of its container and it jumped on a heater and it was frying for a minute on the heater. So he picked it up and it was dead, or at least we thought it was. He gave it to me, um, and it started hopping around in my hand, you know. And God told me, like, as I got older, like, and whilst in my spiritual journey, while looking within, He told me that I have like a healing touch, like, my gifts are like in my hands, you know. Um, Freaking it was another time, I had told the church ladies, my grandma and all them, this dream I had about my cousin John John. And we were in this white room. Me and him was in this white room, and he has back facing me, and it was this bright light like coming from the other the other direction. And he had this white robe on, and I was walking up to him. I was calling his name. I said, John John, John John. And he turned around, and he had like bullet holes in the front of his on his chest, and the blood was running down his chest. And they started to like absorb back into the bullet holes, and the bullets was falling from his chest. And when I was telling the church ladies this, they were like, oh my God, I got the chills, you know? But, and there was another time where um, uh, my cousin John John, his brother Samuel, he made me so mad one Sunday, and he told me, he was like, he said something mean to me, and I was like, oh yeah, that's why I hope you break your leg playing basketball or something. Do you know the next Sunday he came in here with crutches and a broken leg playing basketball? Now, like, while I was going through my spiritual journey, I was like, oh my God, did I curse him? Did I hex him or something? I heard plain as day, God said, no, you saw it before it happened. You feel me? So as he's pointing out these things that's happened in my life, you feel me? Like from the suicide attempts to people pulling their straps in my face, getting jumped, all this stuff, he showed me just how much he loves me. You see what I mean? Like, he showed me just how much he loves me. He showed me like the gifts that I have, the potential that I have in this life. No matter what situation I've been in, no matter what I've seen, no matter what I've done, heard, anything. You feel me? Like, he's always showed how much he loved me and how proud he was of me. How proud he's been of me and how they never left my side. And honestly, I don't think I could be any more grateful. Right now, I'm in Texas. Texas, of all places. I never in my entire life thought that I would go anywhere other than the places that I'm used to, which is either Willingboro or, in Jersey or Philly or New York, stuff like that. I was in Florida. I rode through Atlanta, Georgia. I rode through New Orleans, and kept going until I got to to Texas, and I believe God not through with me. Like I know it's much more that He has in store for me, and I have all the faith in the world because of all the stuff that I've been through, all the things that I've seen, all the things that I've done, all the things that I've heard is leading me to something bigger. I know it. I can feel it. I'm beyond grateful. Now, I know I should feel bad about leaving my child, but that I was told this is meant to happen. Everything happens for a reason. God says this was meant to happen, no matter who wants to judge it, no matter who wants to speak against it. And for anyone who's going through any type of situation that's even remotely close to this, no matter if you're a man, woman, whatever, if you're going through a situation like this and you have to make a tough decision and you feel like it's the end, it will be the end of the world, that God is not going to love you no more for you standing up for yourself or doing this, don't think that way. Because once you take that leap that you believe is impossible, once you take that leap that you believe is impossible, that God is guiding you towards, your blessings are going to come like rain. You feel me? Like the blessings is going to come like rain. I got out here. I got from left from Jersey, came to Florida. Now I'm in Texas off of one disability check. Nobody else helped me with nothing. I wasn't getting no assistance in any and this whole time I had to buy my own food, pay my own Airbnb fees and all that. I had to pay for my own transportation and still have enough to put down for my apartment that I'm in right now. When I moved in here into this apartment in Texas, I didn't have any food. I didn't have anything to drink. Mind you, mind you, I am 33 weeks pregnant right now. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh, she's pregnant. Yes, I'm 33 weeks pregnant right now. I had no food, nothing to drink. But whenever I did ask God for something to eat, excuse me, when I did ask God for something to eat, He sent random people. Like I was sitting outside, and one of the neighbors just appeared and like, "Hey, do you want some water?" I was like, "Oh, I don't know." He's like, it's fine. You can have it." So he gave me a bottle of water and a soda, and I was like, "Oh, thank you, Father God." Just talking to God. He's like, "Or do you live around here or something?" I was like, yeah, I live right here, this apartment right here." And he was like, "Oh yeah." He was like, "Oh well, that's great. Uh, can I give you some stuff, like some food and stuff?" This baby gave me food. He gave me a case of waters. He gave me a pot. and like uh, a few other things. This is just because I prayed to God and asked him, could I please get something, can he please get me something to eat? But as I was going through this, I tried to keep my mind steadfast on him. No matter how difficult, no matter how hungry I felt like I was, I kept my mind steadfast on him, and I prayed and I asked God to help me get through it, along with my angels and my ancestors. And they did. Now I'm living peacefully. You know, I'm doing everything that I believe God wants me to do, which is a part of sharing this video so I may get, like, say my piece and to release it. This is a major shift in my life. And what I feel, what I was holding in, any lies that I've told or anything like that I had been holding in all this time, God said you need to release that because that can't come with you where you're going. So I listened to him, and I'm on here now. It don't have to get to 1,000,000 people. It doesn't have to get to 100 people. It don't even have to get to 2 people. If it just reaches one person, is able to help that one person, that's what matters. It's like this whole journey has showed me. This whole journey has showed me that how strong I am has taught me to love myself more and more, and now I really do. I love myself, but not in a narcissistic way. I love myself in a humble way. I love myself enough to not let people come in and hurt me. I love myself enough to not let anybody come in and talk about me and treat me like I'm less than, because I'm not less than. I'm a divine being that's worth everything that God is doing in my life, has done in my life, and will do in my life. I've been like my little Christmas hat. But he's blessed me so much. I felt like I needed to share that. I need to share that with the world because it's crazy. It's crazy how much he really loves us. No matter what we call him, if you call him God, Jesus, universe, spirit, Allah, the Easter Bunny, I don't know. Whatever you call him, he loves you regardless. So don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your dreams. Like right now, not only am I like pretty pregnant, but I'm in Texas. I'm in school for digital cinematography. You know me? Like, I'm doing great. There's still some kinks I need to work out, but I'm blessed and highly favored. And like no matter what I've faced in my life, it's always somebody who's had it worse than me. I don't care if I didn't eat for days or whatever. There's somebody that haven't been eating for months with kids. With a family. We can't wait until we're like super happy or have everything we ever wanted just to be happy. You know, we need to be happy right now in the moment. You know, like, although I was dealing with things, I still found a way to smile, to do something nice for somebody else. There's nothing wrong with doing something nice, even if you don't have much yourself. Doing something nice for somebody else makes makes your soul feel good. Once your soul feels good, your body feels good. It's like a chain reaction. Anyway, I'm glad I was able to share this with the possible one person. Yay, yay. You know, a little high five. Um, I thank you. If you've gotten this far from the other video to this video, and I'm gonna share one more video, but it's just, you'll see. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. If you stuck around this long, then I thank you for hearing me. I appreciate you caring enough to listen. I pray it helped you in some way. All right.